As the quote goes, when you ride on a train, you are traveling together. We share the journey and the destination. Historically, Kane County was among the first in Illinois to receive a train, marking the beginning of regional connectivity, that we continue to build upon today. Finally, equitable leadership fosters innovation. Breaking down silos and developing coordinated strategies empower us to face challenges together and to create a resilient, vibrant region. In conclusion, by embracing collaboration, equity, and strategic investments in transportation, we strengthen our regional bonds, promote fairness, and unlock our community's full potentials. Together, we can build a more prosperous and sustainable future for all. I am encouraging our legislators to continue to work collaboratively, especially in the next few days, on these bills, so that all of the counties have a say in changes affecting transit, which directly affects our community and the people of Kane County. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce Jamie Lawson.
Good afternoon. My name is Kane County State's Attorney Jamie Mosser. As I hear the thunder rolling in, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm here to echo the words of the chairwoman that our legislators need to continue to work collaboratively and also look at the impact that it's going to have on the counties if the funding that's allocated currently through the RTA is transferred away from Kane County. Currently, Kane County receives $27 million from the RTA fund. This goes $7 million into judicial and public safety, which includes offices like my own, Sheriff Kane, 911, the coroner, the circuit clerk, and many more. As you know, throughout the media, both Sheriff Kane and I have been committed to public safety for this community, and we have created collaborative efforts just like the Child Exploitation Unit and the Human Exploitation Unit, which are both designed specifically to go after those who perpetrate on the most vulnerable in our community. By taking $7 million away from judicial and public safety, you are going to make it more difficult for us to be able to support and help those in our community who have been targeted as victims of violence. I have confidence in our legislature, especially those who come out of Kane County, because they've always been driven towards public safety. And I encourage that we continue to talk about these bills before they are passed. Thank you. And at this time, I will introduce Sheriff Ron Hain.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sheriff Ron Hain. It's my number one job by law as the elected sheriff of the county to provide the best in public safety for the county. I made the example the other day at the county board committee that we are already doing the old cliche of more with less. And I do it by way of comparison. McHenry County has a population of 320,000 approximately. They have 107 sheriff deputies. We have a population of 530,000 and we have 92 sheriff's deputies. We do everything as efficiently as possible, and we've gained national and regional recognition for being one of the best law enforcement agencies in the country. If this money moves away from funding Kane County, we're in a lot of trouble. And again, as my job as sheriff, I need to be one of those people who stands up here and says, public safety is the most important thing we can possibly do for our community in this day. I'm honored to be joined here by all these folks up on the stage, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it very much, and I will yield due to the thunder that Jamie mentioned.
Thank you. I'm Mayor David Captain from the city of Elgin. I want to talk to you today about something in a little different perspective. I think when the legislature starts discussing what's going to happen with transit, they look at us in a different light. And the counties, the Colorado counties, represent in our area almost 1 million people. We're not the end of the metro line in Elgin. We're the beginning of the metro line that goes into Chicago. Sheriff Hain touched on the value of safety. Elgin has to protect the people that come and visit our community and make sure that when they leave our town and head towards Chicago or go to work, that they leave with a good taste in their mouth and they feel good about coming to Kane County. We have to protect the residents that live in Elgin. We also protect people that come from Rockford, DeKalb, farther out into the western part of the state. Elgin is the opening and the gateway, as is Geneva and Aurora to the city of Chicago. It's critical for us to make sure that we can provide those services. I think that one last thing, everybody I've talked to, almost every representative, every elected official, we're only asking one thing. We'd like to be treated equally here. There was an old saying many years ago, taxation without representation. We want to make sure that we have equal representation, and that's going to be our goal. I'm going to yield at this time to my good friend, Mayor Jeff Schulke for the table.
Well, thank you. I was honored to be asked to be here this afternoon. I've been part of this conversation now for about 2 years. I serve another role in Chicago as the chairman of the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning Council of Mayors. So I get in on a lot of conversations, and I know this one's been going on, and I've thrown my input in several times during the process, and it wasn't always warmly received. Leave it at that. But I would suggest to our state legislators from the Kane County specifically, that this is, to lack of a better description, a political time bomb in your hand. And you gotta make sure you're voting the right way and representing Kane County on whatever it is you finally decide. Because this is one of the, there's hundreds of bills run through the legislature every year, and very few people know anything about any of them. But this is one that we're sitting here with TV cameras on us right now that lots of people are gonna know about. So if you want to get yourself in the right political standing, you better be very cautious about what you vote for when it comes to this. And that's my message to the world today. We have an opportunity in Kane County to enhance things. We are one of the fastest growing parts of the Chicagoland region right now. And that number continues to go up. And we anticipate we're going to need more RTA services as we move forward. And to come in and start to reanalyze this thing is not something that's going to be in our best interest, given some of the bills that are currently being made into the state legislature for consideration. So I encourage our legislators to be very, very careful and cautious as to what you vote for, because this is one that could really come back to politically haunt you on election day if you don't go the right way. So thank you, and I'm now going to get the opportunity to introduce Mayor Burns from Geneva.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kevin Burns, the mayor of Geneva. I just began my 25th year as mayor. I also last year served as the chairperson of the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus, representing 275 communities throughout Northern Illinois and representing nearly 9 million people. I want to sum up this entire press conference by saying the following in alphabetical order. The funding mechanism as being proposed is nothing more than statutory pickpocketing of counties throughout the collar communities and communities within those counties. The governance structure is nothing more than statutory silencing of county voices and municipal voices. And lastly, local control. Some of the language in these bills being proposed diminishes and dismantles local control from mayors like myself, Mr. Schulke, and others who have worked hard over the decades to ensure that control in the spirit of community building. This language does just the opposite. We aggressively yet respectfully tell our legislators that the language currently being proposed is no good. Thank you.
So I'd like to thank you all for coming. Are there any questions? Seeing none? Yeah. Okay, thank you all. Appreciate you all being here. And if you'd like to be further advocates, make sure that you call your state legislator and ask them to vote effectively for the transit bill that well represents King County. Thank you all.